has been unstoppable on offense with Chris Gray as the conductor.
20-2 since Gray transferred from Boston University to Chapel Hill. And the ensemble cast is awfully impressive. 6 players on this Carolina roster have at least 20 goals this season. Paul Carcaterra is down in the rain. Paul, Virginia still has the core of that 2019 championship team intact, and some new faces too.
Well, Nish, the rain will not keep me from smiling today, rest assured. And Virginia is a team full of proven champions, but their brightest star happens to be a freshman by the name of Connor Schellenberger. And Schellenberger's multifaceted game is his calling card. Virginia uses him all over the offensive zone. He can get to the rack from up top, which opens seams for teammates. Players like Ian Laviano come to the party. From X behind, he shakes defenders. He feels pressure. When opposing teams send help, he is slippery with a sixth sense for pay dirt. They use him up top. They use him behind. They use him from the wing. Is there anything number one in white can't do? The answer is no. He's the leading scorer, and he's Virginia's Mr. Unpredictable.
Schellenberger, 6 goals in the quarterfinal rout of Georgetown. He is the top scoring freshman in all of Division I. And we mentioned the nucleus from 2019. Matt Moore, now an all-time great at Virginia. Jared Connors, a first-team All-American and the midfielder of the year as a long stick. And Quint Petey LaSala, the top face-off man in this semifinal field.
Here we go. Here we go. Down.
LaSala and Zach Tucci for the opening face-off. It's won by Carolina. Maddie Palin, Mike McCloskey, Scott McCall, the officials for semifinal number 1, third meeting of the season between Virginia. He was their best offensive player in 2019. Connor Schellenberger working from behind, looking to feed Peyton Cormier. It trickles out to Doc Aiken. Highest scoring midfielder in school history. Aiken draws the slide, plays it to the wing, and the reigning champions on the board first.
He's a scorer, but when Virginia's offense clicks at another level, Doc Aiken becomes a passer. Everyone knows he likes to get to the rack. You're going to see a quick slide and a double. Aiken finds Connor, who happens to be a Tar Heel buster. 4 goals last time against the Heels. Number 4 in blue sets his feet, lets it rip. Right past the freshman keeper, Colin Krieg.
Thought that was an overzealous dunk. Used to love mud baths. All young lacrosse players love mud baths.
Connor McCarthy, the hero of the quarterfinals. 2003, a Virginia goalie by the name of Tillman Johnson. Played some incredible lacrosse in the mud. Carolina is on the board. It's McCarthy who had the game winner in overtime in the quarters against Rutgers.
Fans enjoying the rain. He's known as a right-handed shooter from mid-range. Watch him split right down the middle to his left hand as almost the defense invited him to go there. Little hesitation move, gets to a strong spot in front of Alex Rode. This is a goaltender, Alex Rode, who typically struggles early in games and plays his best ball once he makes a couple initial stops.
They put 1 behind and 1 up top. They will rotate Connor Schellenberger at attack. Moore will go to the midfield spot, vice versa.
Cormier all the way to the crease, and he scores with 2 on the shot clock.
You've got some speed. In terms of his hands, his ability to get underneath and slip defenders, he could be the X factor for Virginia in this championship run.
See Lance Tillman.
Dangerous.
They are.
Got 8 goals last week from non-starters.
Gray stings the corner. fading away. Perry, 77 in white. Returned in the quarters after missing a couple of games. Gives them a different look on offense with his size and his stick handling. Here comes Perry. Ooh, top shelf on road. William Perry, sub-zero.
Is critical today. This is a maybe shot. Fading away, not much angle. Krieg seals the deal. He shuts it off.
Ouch! Look at this shot. Top shelf. We've seen now 2 low-angle rips from almost the same exact spot. Chris Gray, then William Perry. But I'll tell you what's different about Perry. He loves to be up top, Quint. You know, Kevin Understein, who's the defensive coordinator, he said he thinks the track is holding up well. He said the grass is really thick. Not too big of a concern yet.
20 saves for Krieg in that game. Virginia, 62 shots. Connor Schellenberger with a small window. Slips it in past Krieg to tie it at 3.
Laviano, it was a next-level type pass. This time he takes it to the rack on his own. He feels the defensive pressure behind him, Quint. So instead of rolling back, get top side, young man.
Macri's in decent position there, but his stick is trailing the shooter. And so Schellenberger's able to free up his right hand. That's to the top side. Defenders are taught to sit.
There's the double. John Fox, the captain, helping for Virginia. From the outside, William Perry, his second.
How do you handle a double team? Watch Chris Gray. He steps away, frees up his hands, and his eyes are up.
Wow. This is Chris Gray in a nutshell. It's never about him. He's so selfless and lets the game come to him every single time.
Defense in the gray area is the challenge. Lacrosse has really evolved. It's like rolling out marbles on ice, and the pieces move so fast. The defense is, when do we double? When do we stay home?
Matt Moore going top side. He dusted Will Bowen, and we're tied at 4.
Traditional righty Dodger loves to go up the right side of the field. This time, he goes to the left, and they're daring him. Will Bowen is daring him to use his left. Watch Will Bowen's hips there. That invites Moore to get to the rack lefty with a low-angle shot.
Wasn't it last night over pizza you said, Moore's got no left? Look at
7 saves for Rode, who's better than 60% in his last 4 NCAA tournament games. Unsettled, Matt Moore. Good defense. On the rebound, Virginia. Charlie Bertrand, the Division II transfer. Jack Simmons, the junior, out on that midfield unit with Aiken and Jeff Connor. Schellenberger.
By Schellenberger. He is only a freshman. He's a first-team All-American at the midfield, but he is a true quarterback, a distributor, a facilitator with so much in his toolbox. That pass was crisp. It was on a dime right to the stick of Cormier. It allowed him to set up because of how fast of a pass that was from Schellenberger.
13 multi-goal games now for Cormier. Meanwhile, Virginia's now won 8 consecutive faceoffs. Here's Connors. 18 career goals. Make it 19 for the midfielder of the year.
LaSala wins the whistle and the initial clamp. It's a massive scrum. And there's Connors. He just beats his man to it. Look at him shield his stick. Pump fake keeps that point defender off of him. And then the accuracy through practice to nail a mid-range shot on the run. I mean, so many skills wrapped into one player. Amazing.
You know, you're asking, how is a long stick midfielder the national midi of the year? This is the first time to...
Goal and an assist. Virginia's outscored Carolina 5-1 in this second quarter. Xander Dixon now. Schellenberger to Peter Garno. Rifles it past Krieg. for the reigning
Hence the law. In lacrosse, it's determined by ground ball play. Ball's on the carpet. Matt Wright, 20 in white, has it for a second with the great hustle from the Cavaliers. And they emerge from the pile with possession.
Who passes it? Schellenberger. Who shoots it? Garno sprays the back of the net. There are three big-time righty shooters on this team. Schellenberger, Aiken, and Garno.
Charlie Bertrand, a two-time National Player of the Year at D2 Merrimack. And Bertrand with his second of this national
because he is well guarded. Watch him shoot through this defensive posture, running himself out of angle. Not much there. Krieg struggles with this release. For some reason, he doesn't see it coming out of the pocket. He drops his hands low. It goes straight over his forehead. Get the ball to your threats. Justin Anderson, whether it's Perry or Gray.
Here's Connor Marr, the All-American. Chris Gray increasing his angle, and he's got his second the ACC Player of the Year.
In the possession, Tanner Cook back in the lineup. That almost drops. But to get back in this game, I think Carolina has to match Virginia in the middle of the field. That's creativity at its best. You think about Connor Marr, right? You think about Grayson Soliday, right? He's been the equalizer with the 7 ground balls. You need Connor Marr. You need Matt Wright to match the Jared Connors, Grayson Soliday duo. And Marr.
Cook down the alley. William Perry, low to high. The hat trick for Perry.
Hey, Quint, you don't need a banana root when...
Body language on the benches, the expression on the coach's face, a great double team. Look at Carolina stalk the Virginia ball handler, the pinch double team. At the other end, this skip pass is brilliant. Cook draws the double team, lobs it through the defense, giving his teammate the opportunity to grip it and rip it.
Shooters want to shoot.
To Laviano. Semifinal hero 2 years ago. Now Schellenberger, the redshirt freshman. 2 goals, 2 assists for Schellenberger. And a little.
He can feed. He's got the vision to see through a defense in lefty-righty. You have no clue what hand this guy is. And he plants his feet and lets it fly.
Still time. Perry on the run. Lance Tillman, 4 goals in the quarters, to the cage! And Lance Tillman brings Carolina back within 3.
This is a great offensive possession. Rapid passing, changing fields east to west, putting a lot of pressure on all parts of the defense. At the tail end, Tillman catches this, and he's just too fast. As his defenseman approaches him, he hits the turbo. He gets inside, willing to pay the price. Great footwork. This young man out of Colorado can play attack, can play midfield. He's battled back from an injury.
Ole. Gray back to Trippy. Eluding the pursuit again, and he scores this time.
Game, right? His senior year in high school. We have some questions about his technique. Well, he's making us look silly.
Schellenberger to Cormier. Schellenberger continues.
An important goal because of the way this game was cresting for Carolina. Look how spread out North Carolina's defense is. This is poor communication off the ball where someone just loses Cormier in the wash. Staring at the ball carrier.
Peter Garno so quick with that first step. Schellenberger feeding it front to Laviano. The vision cark of number.
After his sophomore year, if he was a college football player, he'd be draft eligible. That's not the case with college lacrosse into the PLL. If it was, he might be the #1 player on a draft board going pro after his sophomore year because he does everything. His quarterbacking skills are masterful, and like not knowing when to slide, not timing slides. Now it's 6 parts.
Chris Gray, Carolina.
Dave Metzbauer, the offensive coordinator, said that exact thing. Create a better angle, that extra, this dodge right here, it looks like he's going to shoot. Then he plants his foot and then steps away to his angle. Have time and room. 3 and white is the main attraction in regards to Virginia and their defense. They don't want him shooting with time and room. Got to be patient, find the right spot.
A yard sale after Kaloji had his stick knocked away, and Perry at the other end. 4 for Will.
Juncture of this game. North Carolina taking a page out of the playbook of the Virginia Cavaliers. A yard sale that leads to a William Perry specialty. Set your feet, plant it, and sting it.
Perry scores for William Perry.
And they have possession.
Look at the placement. Where were all of Perry's prime?
I'm running down. Gray feeding inside. It's knocked down. Virginia will play for a